Here's something a lot of people haven't seen ever. K-swap running with no check engine lights. A working water gauge. You see the temperature going up.
No extra ECU.
Yeah, no extra ECUs, running purely off the Honda. And our new module to run it. Tapping in 5 wires, you have air conditioning, you have a working oil light, you have a working temperature sensor, and you have a working battery light. All tapped in there. So as the temp still raises, we'll start to see that temperature gauge still going up. Again, 1 ECU Honda with a module and a working oil light, working water, working battery light, check engine light, OBD2 conditions, everything you had out of Toyota. So we got a few more degrees and the water temperature should hit the normal position like it does on a stock 1ZZ or 2ZZ. And then we have it programmed that if the engine hits over 195 degrees, that the needle will go above that into kind of a danger zone. And if it hits 205, it goes up very, very quickly, kind of giving you a warning based off of how quickly it rises, the more your danger zone is. And so right there we can see we're almost at operating temp. Now this range goes from about 140 all the way up to 190, and it will stay at that particular level. If it goes over those, you'll see the needle start to rise there. And we have another gauge up here measuring our water temp as well. And you can see our actual water temp is around 125 right now. So we'll wait till that gauge comes up and says hovers around 180 and the fans come on and off. That will show us that we're at perfect operating temperature, and then we'll also compare that to what this gauge says here for the OEM, pending we have enough gas to do that. And then a lot of people have really kind of like that stuff, little custom RPM gauge. So the engine temp is coming up, and if you guys want, you can also verify that on your stock engines that is kind of the area where your engine likes to idle. And we'll kind of let it do its thing. This is also the first time we're doing this, so if it fucks up, well, you all get to see it.
First for us, first for you.
Yeah. We're pretty confident in our working. Here's the mad scientist who did all the wiring. She's still holding temperature there up top. Looks like running temp is around 132, 133. And we're still right in that range. Roger, if you didn't see, 1 ECU. And if you want, we'll show them what's in there so that way they can see it's actually a K series.
Oh, yeah. Nothing hidden in there.
Okay, temperature gauge still looks like it's running well. We're up to about 140. And for those of you just joining us now, you missed it when the gauge was all the way down. So the Toyota system is really tricky because it accurately gauges on a 1-to-1 ratio anything from 0 degrees all the way up to about 140. And then from there, it stays here about 140 till you hit about 195, and then anything after 95, it starts to shoot up at a 1-to-1 ratio going up. So there's kind of like a little dead zone. As long as you're within that dead zone, you're considered operating at a normal engine temperature. So this is the only way that we're really going to know if that gauge goes above that, is if we try and overheat the engine. But we're not going to do that because we bench tested it and fielded it, and it works. So right now we're just showing you that it actually works while the engine is running. Should we just shut it off and see if it'll go down?
Yeah, it'll take a while because it's heat sink.
Oh, that's true.
As I said, you're in Michigan and it's cold out.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to show everybody that it cools off. Oh, it's definitely working. We're there. Again, our temperature is still climbing. We're not at operating temp yet. But the OEM gauge is working like it's supposed to still. Still holding there. And for those of you that are still watching, you guys are probably just waiting to hear a big kaboom when the engine blows up. That's not going to happen. Because we built that engine. And if you're interested, we have lots of gauges. Everything. Everything.
Gauge of both.
Yeah. And I guess I'm gonna have to cut it short because my battery's dying.